Good morning, parents and students. This is the Parent Music Orientation for Nichols Elementary. So this orientation is for parents or anybody who missed the meeting and would like information on what we talked about. So I will post this on my YouTube channel and also on the Google Classroom stream for a little while. So my YouTube channel is the same as my website name, Music Teacher Walker. A website would be musicteacherwalker.com. So please make sure you write that down somewhere. This is where I will update all of my information, and it's a great place for resources for the students to download music and just get important updates for parents as well. So again, musicteacherwalker.com. So welcome again to my Music Parent Orientation 2020. And again, this is for Nichols Elementary. Here is the Zoom link for your child to join during Zoom music classes. So go.bcsd.com/E16. And this is also on their Google Classroom. If they are not in my Google Classroom yet, it's very important that they join immediately. So for the beginners, anybody who has not played an instrument last year would join the beginners. And here's the class code for that. For orchestra, you are considered orchestra if you played an instrument last year and continued all the way until March, and you are playing the same instrument this year. Okay, and that would make you orchestra. So you would be in 5th or 6th grade. And here's the class code for that. Okay, so make sure you join that right away. This is where I assign my work and how I talk to the students and give all the music schedules, updates through Google Classroom for the students. Remind app, this is for the parents. Sign up to receive notifications and reminders about important changes to the music program or to the music schedule. And this is the best place for you to text me directly any questions you might have or concerns. And it's also the quickest way for me to respond to you because it will go directly to my cell phone. So send a text to 81010 on a smartphone, and you're going to text this message, the @ symbol, so don't forget the @ symbol, CHA8DA. And then you're going to click send. And when you hit send, you're automatically going to be included into the Nichols 2020-2021 Music Parent Group. Okay, and that's as easy as that. Music enrollment is still open. So if you're listening to this and you haven't enrolled yet, or you're on the fence of not sure if your child is going to sign up for music, it is still open. And this is the direct link to open the music enrollment online form, and you would just have to submit that. So that's go.bcsd.com//EEE. Pretty easy. Here's the music schedule for Nichols. We have classes Tuesdays and Thursdays, depending on which group your child is in. So music classes will take place via Zoom, and it'll be during the regular school day. So if your child is taking, if your child is in their homeroom class around 9:35 and they're playing advanced flute, they would be in this woodwind group. Okay, so they would drop their Zoom call from their homeroom teacher and join my Zoom call to attend the lesson with me. So if you're unsure of the instrumentation of what each of these are, so the woodwinds would include flute, clarinet, and saxophone. Brass would include trumpet, trombone, and baritone. Violins would be all violins. Cello and bass would be, that's the big string instrument, cello and string bass. Band would consist of a combination of all three of these, woodwinds, percussion, and brass. Okay, and the strings would be a combination of all of the string instruments, violins, cello, and string bass. Okay, so as you can see, I actually only see the students one time a week while we are in this online format. So it's very important that they don't miss their one lesson per week because that's all we get, and it's about 30 to 40 minutes of missed instruction time, so it's not too bad. Class procedures and expectations. Students are to participate in the once-a-week music class via Zoom. Students are to complete the weekly assignments from the music teacher, so I will assign them something after our meeting that we have via Zoom, and they would complete it by the next meeting. Regular attendance and participation in distance learning is a requirement to participate in music once in-person classes resume. So this one is very important. Okay, we take a very strict attendance on while we are in this Zoom format. So it's important that they are there on time and participate in the class if they are wanting to still be in the music program once we go back to school. And especially for beginners, since they are not getting instruments for the first little while we are in this online format, it's even more important that they're trying very hard to make sure they qualify and are eligible to receive any school instruments when we get back. So that's all dependent on their effort and participation while we are in this Zoom format. So again, try your best, stay focused and engaged, participate with the class, and of course, the most important thing, have fun. Virtual music classroom rules and procedures. So this is mostly for my students. This is what I show them on the first day of our Zoom class. Sign in on time. Be ready to play with instruments out. So this is, I'm talking to my returners for this one because they're the ones with the instruments. So that means don't have your instrument case way across on the other side of the house and take 10 minutes to go get it and set it up, because that would eat up our time. And since we only have one time a week to be together, it's very important that we have all of our materials next to us on music days. Stay muted unless the teacher asks otherwise. Use chat feature for questions to the teacher and not chatting with friends. No food or gum, that's a given. And cameras on, please. I want to see everybody's face. So let's talk a little bit about beginners, okay? Beginning students will use instruments when we are in the face-to-face instruction, when that instruction resumes, okay? And again, I've stated it before, but regular attendance and participation in distance learning is a requirement to participate in music once in-person classes resume. So what will the beginners be doing without instruments? Well, the district bought into a fun little software called Quaver Music, and all of our beginners will have access to use this software while we are in this Zoom online tech format. It's actually pretty fun, something that they wouldn't really get a chance to do if we weren't doing this online thing. So they'll have a very good basic fundamental skills that they will be learning before they'll get to touch instruments, which I think is actually a great thing. So, and I think it'll be a lot of fun too. It's very visual and very interactive, and I think the students will enjoy it. Grades and progress reports. Okay, they will receive report cards in music, and they are graded on 3 different categories. Home practice, that's evidence of students' practice time at home. General musicianship is how well the student is playing their instrument at this level. And attendance, which I think is the easiest one to get an A in, or so to say, is students' participation in music class. So that's all they really have to do is show up, be there, and try. Okay? And so those are the 3 categories. So for returning music students, practicing your instrument at home. Students are expected to practice their instruments regularly and make consistent progress throughout the school year. So practice records will be assigned for our returning players, and it's listed as a chart with some little pass-off things inside the chart, and it's actually been assigned on Google Classroom already. So you can take a look at that and keep track of their progress, and it is done by month. So for every month that there's different pass-offs, so that is kind of like the checklist of where they should be progress-wise on their instruments. An amount of time is not as important as musical progress, but 20 to 30 minutes, about 5 days a week, is a guideline. And the last thing here is concerts and performances. Obviously, for the reasons the situation we are in right now, in-person live performances are on hold until further notice. However, teachers will give information about online video performances later in the fall, and it'd be great to hear maybe some of your ideas on how we could do virtual performances to give kids an outlet to show off what they've learned and all the things that they've progressed over our online courses. So I think that it's important that we give the kids something like that. So I am looking forward to whatever we come up with in the future. So that's pretty much my orientation. Thank you guys for listening. So please sign up for Remind, parents, if you haven't done so already. Make sure your students are signed up for Google Classroom and they're receiving my notifications and stream, because my Zoom link and my class schedule is already up there. And if you missed the class codes, you just pause this video and go backwards and find it. Same with the Remind code. It's all in this little slide. Well, thank you again for listening, and I hope to see your students in my class. Have a good day.